Welcome to Ball Talk Deep, where we talk deep about ball. You got your host Andrade and Irwin back at it again in person for the first time since quarantine and the whole COVID-19 pandemic. I mean, technically we're still going through it, but now things have let up a little, and we can finally meet in person. Look, we're right here next to each other. We can touch each other. That's crazy.
I can kiss him right now if I wanted to.
Do it. I dare you. For the fans, only for the fans. Sign up to the OnlyFans Ball Talk. Could you imagine?
Yeah, and if you use coupon code Irwin and Andrade, you get 20% off your first month.
Only the first month though, because come on, we're not cheap like that. We know our worth. We know our value. But anyways, back to Ball Talk, guys. What is up? Right now we're filming this in the beginning of July, which means that
June.
The NBA June. Holy crap, I'm already ahead.
You know what? Irwin and Andrade, 30% off for that mishap.
And there's already there's been talks about the NBA coming back, and as of June 3rd, it looks like we are officially about to get it done. And June 4th, it's Woj said that they're gonna vote, and that everything is leading up to it actually happening. But before we jump into the talk of the NBA season coming back, we did want to touch upon one question we brought up to each other when the Last Dance was going on, and Jordan took over the world for a quick second. And one of the things that came out of that doc, or got brought up again, was that the Chicago Bulls in 1997 to 1998, which was the last season they had with Jordan, that the GM was looking to trade Scottie Pippen, one of the greatest NBA players ever, for a unknown rookie at the time. You guys may have heard of Tracy McGrady, aka T-Mac, who went on to do great things. But the question that we had was, this is a rookie T-Mac we're getting right here. So Irwin, if the Chicago Bulls had traded for Tracy McGrady over Scottie Pippen for that last year, would the Bulls still have done the second three-peat?
Maybe not 100%, but if you really look at what happened that year, Scottie Pippen was injured. I believe, I might be wrong, he had surgery for his back, and part of the reason was kind of like a protest, kind of because of what was going on with the contract. And MJ was saying it kind of like himself, it kind of felt like he was really carrying that squad towards that last title.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say 100%, but I'll say
Robin stepped up for a bit.
But I would say just for the greatness of MJ, I think they could have still made it happen to repeat as the title. One thing for sure I would know is that they would have gotten T-Mac, and T-Mac would have developed, at the same pace that he did, or probably faster because of what they had.
MJ's expertise.
They were a very veteran team. It's kind of going to force them to grow.
Yeah.
They had Phil Jackson, one of the best coaches, if the best coach ever in the NBA. I think they would have, drawn out whatever McGrady's strengths were a little bit quicker compared to what we had right now. And more importantly, what I was going to say in the long run, they would have had a superstar to be able to have in place once, the Bulls team got dismantled per se. Most likely, either way, the way that you break it down, they still would have gotten dismantled because of the beef that the general manager had. Krause with Phil Jackson saying, "Hey, you could win every game possible. You could win, 10 million championships. You're still gonna get out of here." Still would have broken away. But to answer your question, I still say MJ could have gotten it done, and they probably could have still three-peated.
Okay.
Regardless. What do you think, Andrade?
Man, that's a hard one, because I agree with you. I think long term it would have been good for the Bulls. Shit, maybe Jordan would have stayed, maybe with a developing T-Mac, because long term having T-Mac on the team would have been beneficial. And even if he left, still very beneficial for the Bulls organization, because we saw what he ended up doing with his moving forward. But when I think of a rookie T-Mac, he was 18, and then quick stats for his rookie year, he averaged 7 points, 1 block, almost a steal, 1.5 assist, a turnover, and he had a true field goal percentage of 47%. And 34% from the three-point line, 45% field goal percentage. But he was averaging 18 minutes, which is not bad for a rookie, 18 minutes a game. I agree with you. I think with Jordan, he would have developed better because I think I don't know if Jordan would have taken him under the wing, but he would have pushed him more. You know what I mean? And been on his ass, and T Mac might have like picked up the ropes quicker, and surrounded by other vets like Kerr, etc. I don't know about Rodman, but at least surrounded by those vets in such a solid organization, maybe T Mac would have been quicker into the shoes and developed into a lesser version of Scottie for that three-peat. And you know what, man? I think I'm gonna have to agree with you. The Bulls still would have three-peated with Tracy as a rookie, more so because I think Jordan would have still stepped up and taken the bulk load. I think Rodman, he showed it in the regular season, would have stepped up and become the second go-to player. And I think as a unit, the rest of the team would have picked up the slack, and then Phil Jackson with his coaching would have somehow figured it out. That's my, guesstimate. And then Tracy would have provided a nice little punch coming off the bench in regular season and probably maybe a few playoff games. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's just one of those hypotheticals. We'll never know. Would have been cool to see both of them on the court though.
Yep.